Like and subscribe now, or you're gonna have bad luck this week.
While some haunted houses can seem a little artificial, filled with actors dressed as ghouls, goblins, and scientists, and Frankenstein's monster, there are several spots around the globe with reputations of being truly haunted. From the scariest prison to the haunted French palace, here are 10 of the most haunted places on Earth. Some of these places are shrouded in mystery, with legends passed down for centuries, so hang on tight. Let's begin. Number 10. Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary, USA. Long before Alcatraz was a fort or a prison, local Native Americans called it an evil island, and many who spent some time on the rock agreed to it based on their experiences over there. Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary has been cited as one of the most haunted places in the United States. There are numerous reports of ghostly encounters in the utility corridors, where 3 inmates were killed in a failed escape attempt. Cell number 14D is another supposedly haunted area of the prison due to a legend that says that its inmate spent a night there calling out that his life was in danger as he was being murdered by a creature having sparkling eyes. Moreover, he was found throttled to death the next day, which supported the legend. Al Capone's ghost also allegedly haunts the prison, so enter at your own risk, people. Number 9. The White House. The White House is well known for its ghost stories. In 2009, then First Lady Michelle Obama told visiting school children that she and President Barack Obama sometimes heard strange noises in the hallways at night. And other times, some Obama family members felt like something was gnawing or chewing on their feet. We wouldn't be surprised if the Obamas heard from the White House's most popular ghost, President Abraham Lincoln. The Obamas aren't the sole White House occupants to report strange happenings in this historically significant place. Jenna Bush Hager, the daughter of former President Bush, said she and her twin sister, Barbara, once heard 1920s piano music coming from the fireplace in their bedroom. We wonder, were these ghosts haunting the Trump family? Number 8. Island of the Dead Dolls. In Mexico, there is a very popular island, but it's not uninhabited by people. In fact, it is home to hundreds of old dead dolls. Yes, you heard that right. Of course, the dolls were never alive, yet they've been made to look dead with paint and gouged eyes. Tourists flock there every year to get a fright and a good sighting of the island. It's very popular at Halloween, believe it or not. The locals state that there are ghosts lurking in the waters, ready to jump into your body and possess you. However, you may find the dolls themselves are scarier than the demons or spiritual beings. There's a popular story behind this island. There was once a man who lived there. He found a little girl in the nearby lake who had met the tragic fate of death. There was a doll lying near the girl to give tribute to the dead. The person hung the doll on the tree. He believed the soul wasn't at rest, so he brought more dolls to hang there. We don't know if the story is true, but even though the tradition of hanging dolls there comes from heart, it's still quite frightening. Number 7. Moon River Brewery. The Moon River Brewery brought its beloved beer to Savannah in 1999, but the building is one of the oldest in town, dating back to 1821. In its original incarnation, it was a city hotel, a high-end hotel with a history of violence during the Civil War. Men were killed in the hotel during heated skirmishes, including a Yankee who was beaten to death by locals in 1860. Some bar patrons today say they've seen bottles mysteriously fly through the air and have witnessed guests being pushed, touched, or even slapped by unforeseen forces. One resident apparition, Toby, is said to skulk around the billiards room looking for a next great bar brawl. Number 6. Myrtle's Plantation, USA. Myrtle's Plantation is one of the terrifying places in America. The site is located in the small town of St. Francisville, northwest of New Orleans. The glass front door leads visitors to a vast French crystal chandelier. Over 10 tourists have been killed in the mansion, which further buttresses the fact that there are ghosts among humans. One of the notable stories is that of Chloe, whose ears were cut off by her lover. She ties a green turban and peers at visitors. She was even spotted in a photograph. Another known ghost sighting is that of a ghost girl that peers through the window of the house. There is also an eerie sighting of a child bouncing on the bed, a voodoo princess, a soldier, and the house owner. Despite the scare and superstition in the house, the plantation hosts hundreds of visitors every day. It accommodates at least 12 persons and can serve them like regular hotels. You can choose between a daily or evening tour, but the spookiest things happen at night. You should give it a try. Number 5. RMS Queen Mary, Long Beach, California. Said to be home to the most disturbed and restless souls, the RMS Queen Mary was once a prominent ocean liner in the North Atlantic Ocean and has been the home to haunting rumors ever since it was permanently docked in California. The most haunted area of the ship is the engine room, where a 17-year-old sailor died a terrible death trying to escape a fire. Cabin B-340 is said to be haunted, this time by a murder victim who was killed due to some reason, and the ghost haunts the cabin to take revenge, while the ghost of a young girl allegedly haunts the pool area after she died due to drowning in the pool. The ship is said to be too haunted, and people even hear sounds while passing by it, let alone being in the ship. Number 4. Bangor Fort, Rajasthan, India. Bangor Fort is the ruins of a city built in the 17th century. It consists of havelis, royal places, fort walls, numerous temples, and 3 grand stories for your viewing pleasure. You may be fooled by the external beauty, but think again before making a rash decision. The building is ranked as the most haunted castle in India. According to legend, the building was once inhabited by Singha, a witch, and Ratnavati, a princess. She rejected his proposal to be his wife. But instead of looking elsewhere, the wizard purchased an enhanced oil that would make her fall in love with him. One day, she spilled the oil, and it turned into a boulder that killed him. Before he died, he cursed all the inhabitants of the building. Another account has it that an ascetic cursed the fort because its shadow overpowered his house. Whatever the case, the curses have lingered around the building for ages. Bangor Fort has since been called the home of ghosts. Locals believe that anyone that passes a night in the house would not be seen again. To help you stay safe, visitors are allowed to go in during the day. Number 3. Banff Spring Hotel, Alberta, Canada. Banff Spring Hotel is styled after a Scottish baronial hotel and is one of Canada's grand railway hotels. It is also one of the most haunted buildings in the country. Many stories justify some of the mythical happenings in the hotel. The first is the story of a bride who fell from the staircase out of shock that her wedding dress caught fire. Visitors say they see her dancing in the ballroom with flames coming from the back of her dress. There is another family that was murdered in room 873. Although the door to the room was bricked up, guests say they see them in the hallway outside the room. Another story is that of the former bellman Sam McCauley, who he loved his job and continued to serve the hotel at death. He used to be a worker in the 60s and 70s, where he helped guests find their rooms. Well, he continues to do that excitedly, but disappears if you raise a conversation with him or try to tip him. The hotel is currently part of the Fairmont chain of luxury suites. Thousands of tourists troop to the location all year round to see things for themselves. The next time you're in Canada, you can check out this haunted location. Number 2, the Tower of London, England. The Tower of London is a historic castle on the north bank of the River Thames, and a place where multiple executions, tortures, and murders have taken place over the last 1,000 years. And if there is a place haunted in the world, this is surely it. Our top pick is already home to thousands of ghosts, including Lady Jane Grey, Henry VI, Sir Walter Raleigh, and Thomas Becket. However, the most famous resident is the spirit of Anne Boleyn, as her ghost has been seen on many occasions, usually in the Tower Chapel Royal, or the Green Tower, as she is often seen carrying her head in her arms, haunting the heck out of anyone who witnesses the scene. The guards who patrol the tower at night claim to have heard agonizing screams echoing through the doors of the White Tower. Number 1. Château de Brissac, France. Dubbed the Giant of the Loire Valley, this is the highest castle in France, boasting 7 floors, 204 rooms, numerous portrait galleries, and a private opera house that seats 200 people. It was a fortress built by the Counts of Anjou in the 11th century, and King Henry XIII dropped by in 1620. The most active ghost is La Dame Verte, Green Lady, who was apparently the illegitimate child of King Charles VII. and was later murdered by her husband in the chateau in the 15th century after he caught her having an affair. She is often seen in the tower room of the chapel wearing her green dress with gaping holes where her eyes and nose would be. When not startling guests by her appearance, she can be heard moaning around the castle. The chateau is a popular hotel that hosts special events such as a Christmas market and tastings of the well-regarded wines produced from its own vineyards. Guests who are brave enough to stay overnight enjoy rooms lavishly decorated with period furniture. Which one of these places are you brave enough to visit? Let us know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.